guys, I'm just Jersh, and welcome back to episode 61 of The Binding of Isaac Repentance. We're back in our normal setup. Apologies for the live aspect of the last episode, unless you enjoyed that, in which case, you know, let me know down below, and maybe we'll do those more often. It would certainly be nice to double dip on some of the Isaac stuff, but I kind of like it feels more quaint, you and I sitting down recording this together. Nobody watching, nobody laughing at my suffering. Last time we did Tainted Jacob for the very first time. My boy Joji wanted to see my live reaction, so we did it on Twitch, and then I cut that VOD down and sent it over to you guys over here for episode 60. Now we're back to some bespoke actual YouTube content. Obviously, we got nothing done with Tainted Jacob because he seems horrible, like really bad. You're being constantly chased by Tainted Esau, who is just a demon at all times, and if you get hit, you turn to the lost and you lose. So I think there's probably a lot of elements to this character I haven't quite grasped yet. Our run was only like 15 minutes. I probably should have done multiple, but it was a stream and we had to get to hat in time. I think today I would like to unlock another Tainted character. My boy Joji, speaking of, #1 fan, said we should probably do Tainted Cain sometime soon. He said I'd like Tainted Cain. Could unlock Tainted Azazel. Honestly, I'll be honest. You could maybe tell from the white T-shirt. We're living in a post-nap world right now. I'm on a napping streak. Tainted Lazarus, I've heard, is awful. Tainted Lost. Tainted Forgotten could be pretty easy, honestly. Tainted Bethany. We have almost all the Tainted characters unlocked, which is pretty cool. Feels like such a waste to do Tainted Cain since his post-it note's already done, but let's do Tainted Cain. I tend to think Cain is a pretty good character, and this is good. This will be a nice little decompressing run because, again, I just took a very long nap. Let me know if anybody else out there is like this. Sometimes it's nice to know that like sometimes I'll go through phases in my life where I'm like, this is very weird. What's wrong with me? But then when you realize other people do the same thing, you don't feel as weird. I think that's why I resonated with Bo Burnham's Inside. So this is not gonna be another epi where we just talk about that for 60 minutes straight, so don't worry. It's not going to be that kind of depressing episode, but you know, you have this like personal experience that you maybe don't want to talk about, not because you're ashamed or anything, but just because it feels like you maybe shouldn't talk about it, or maybe you're like, please don't be like Missing No. Greed's Gullet, money equals health. That could be pretty good. Rotten Baby, okay. You have this like experience and you're like, no, I don't want to burden anybody else by talking about it, perhaps, or maybe if I talk about it, then, you know, what if my response is, I get this with tweets a lot sometimes. I like have so many things that I'm like, this would be really funny to tweet. Like here's an experience that I have, but so much of Twitter, at least like the viral components of Twitter, are like tweeting, or just in general, I mean, this is just social media in general. I think TikTok's a good example. Highlighting universal experiences that a lot of people go through is a very good way to stumble into viral content. And there's been a lot of... Okay, that could have gone really badly. We've been Curse of the Towered before in that situation. I'm glad we weren't there. There's a lot of things where I'm like, yo, this feels like a universal human experience, but then like deep in the back of my brain, I think pills can't be bad with Cain, which means we can take all of these and feel pretty good about life. And I am, in fact, feeling pretty good about life. This is a great start, by the way, which is a shame because it doesn't matter. We've already beaten Dogma as this character. We just have to make sure we bring a red key or a key shard down to the correct floor, and we have this one, which again is good. I'm looking for a little mental reprieve here. We don't even need to do alt path. We could just do the main one. This will just be a nice, easy, simple unlock. And if we beat Dogma, you know, it's a nice little cherry on top, perhaps. Oh, I have to do the puzzle in this room, of course. Yes, silly me. Gonna get it. Not many times where you like want to use a walking on sunshine pill, except of course on this guy right here. where I would have loved to have, and I feel like I'm walking on sunshine pills, so oopsies. But to just make that room easier is fine as well. But yeah, there's a lot of times where I'm like, I'm gonna tweet about this universal human experience, but then deep somewhere in the back of my mental psyche, it's like, what if you're the only one who actually experiences this? Like, I can't think of a good example off the top of the dome piece, but what if it's like, I hate when you, I mean, this is a universal human experience because it's science. I hate when you go to squirt the ketchup on your french fries, and which I would never do, by the way. If you squirt ketchup on the top of your french fries, I would like to have words, essentially. Oh my gosh, this run is just bonkers. I think the bomb beggar in general is one of the worst trade deals in human history. I think his payouts are so bad. Okay, I take it back. I tend to think it's only worth it if you have just an abundance of bombs, or like you have bomb tiers already, so you have Ipecac or something, so you don't need. He does pay out very often, but the payouts are like so bad. One more. Okay, never mind. He stole all of our stuff. Hopefully we don't stumble upon any tinted rocks. We did get an HP upgrade from that, which is pretty cool in my personal opinion. Yeah, I think I will visit this. Thank you. I think I will go ahead and visit what's going on in the curse room. That's upsetting. I'd like to get the demon judgment to pay out with whatever we want him to pay out with as well. Just shooting these to see what kind of HP we have. But yeah, you know, it's like, ooh, when you go to squirt the ketchup bottle on top of your, thank you. When you go to squirt the ketchup bottle on top of your french fries and only the watery ketchup comes out, ooh. That's a pretty universal human experience. But in my brain, it's like, no, you're the only one who's dumb enough to forget to shake. Everyone's gonna hate that. Potato peeler is not really what I was looking for there. That's all right. I'm gonna moon card. And I think we will at least peep into our shop. I don't know why I'm min-maxing this run so much. It doesn't matter at all. I don't know what jumper cables do. Should probably learn. Obviously something with battery charges, but I don't know precisely what. So we're just gonna ignore it and pretend the item doesn't exist. I'm tempted. Grab that in just a second. I don't think I wanted to come in here. I think in hindsight, I did not want to come in this room. I think I'm on Team Angel deal now. I'm gonna do this. 1, 2, 3. Crank on this. Bring this with me. We're gonna leave potato peeler behind, and we're gonna continue on with our life. All right, I'm happy with this. But yeah, in my brain, I'm convinced that what I believe to be a universal human experience is really just me being weird. so my brain's always like, you cannot tweet about that. Everyone will know you're a big old weirdo. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so like those universal shared experiences like Bo Burnham's Insight. Sometimes it's nice to just know you're not a big old weirdo and that everybody had a hard time last year. Or in this particular, and that's a no. Thank you though, appreciate it. Appreciate the thought. I don't really even appreciate the thought, actually. I take that back. That's just me trying to be overly nice. I'm a bit of a people pleaser. It's one of my worst qualities. My question is, sometimes I go through phases. Let's call it napping phases. Sometimes I go through tremendous napping phases. Usually I mean, I'm a fan of napping in general. I like a good nap. I'm a fan of a good nap. But sometimes, how do I get a red heart, by the way? Golden gullet. Sometimes in particular, I will go through a phase over the course of like a 2-week span where every single day during that 2-week span, yeah, I would prefer this. Give me a cool trinket. Sure, for now. Actually, no, I'll take this instead. Where every single day during that 2-week span, I am taking a nap. And that's what I'm in right now, unfortunately. And the naps tend to get like longer and longer. Like today I got home from work, which for whatever reason has just been like extra mega mentally exhausting. I don't know why. It's not even like it's like a super busy time period right now. I get home from work and I'm like, all I would like to do is sleep. And then on the weekends, I'm like, all I would like to do is sleep. I don't really understand it, but I just take naps instead, which mostly works. But it's like, it's tough when you start to like think and do like a breakdown of your time and be like, okay, so I wake up every morning at 7:30, give myself about an hour to get ready. 8:30 I have to leave for work at the latest. Takes me about 20-30 minutes to get to work. Sometimes I'll leave a little earlier if I want to swing by Mackie D's and get a $1 coffee or something like that. But in general, that's the time frame under which I am working. We'll take that, obviously. I think I'll take Demon's Tail too, although Demon's Tail synergizes really poorly with Dark Bum. Maybe I'll just leave that there, and that'll be our trinket we sacrifice to the gods above for this tainted run. Get to work 9 o'clock. Work from 9 to 5:30 ish, with a little 30-minute lunch in there at some point. I think I'm technically supposed to be working until 6-ish, but most people in my office tend to leave around 5:30, although they also get there a little earlier than me, so maybe I'm not supposed to be leaving at 5:30, but I do, because I'm the last one in the office, and no one can prove that I'm leaving. I'm the only witness, so it works. Leave at 5:30, home by 6, but at that point I haven't eaten in about... well, who are you? Fruity Plum, Bouncy Friend. Oh, we've had you before. That point I haven't eaten in about 6 hours usually. I'm an early lunch boy, like 11:30, noonish. Because I don't usually eat much of a breakfast, so I'm starving. So I get home, first thing you gotta do is sit there and make dinner. Depending on the complexity of your meal, you know, sometimes it's easy as just popping a pizza into the oven and letting it sit. And then you can go do whatever you want in the interim time period. I think that's actually better than Twisted Paperclip thing, because it gives us more keys, which we can use to open golden chestboat, that we can also use to open locked doors, shops, item rooms, etc. So it's kind of just like a more... It gives us the same effect as the Twisted Paperclip, which is, congrats, you can now open more golden chests, but you can also use those keys for other things as well. So I tend to think that's better. That's unfortunate. That is not the damage we were looking for there. Alabaster box could be interesting. Alabaster box could be interesting, and obviously we've just gotten so many spirit hearts, I probably should have picked it up. It's my B. It's my B. I'm gonna go visit Curse Room, I think, just to see what's going on in there, even though they haven't been very good so far. I'd like to at least see what's going on in here. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. All right, I think we just go. I think we just go do our boss fight and get to the next floor. Anyway, you get home. Again, on an easy day, pop a pizza in the oven or something, you're good to go. Or if you're on a meal prep kick, heat up a meal prep. Cooking food doesn't take that long, but on other days where maybe you're prepping something a little bit nicer and there's some prep time involved, you may be like up to an hour in prep/eat time. At that point, it's... Oh, I should have picked up Alabaster box. I guess I still could, but there's also like so many better trinkets I could get. Give me ability to fly for sure. And then I'll just take these. I think we'll just go. My money! Oh, I traded away my red heart, so it took the money that was associated with the red heart. Interesting. Interesting. I don't get Greed's Gullet very often, so maybe I wasn't as privy to the finer mechanics of it. That's okay. I think I actually don't... Greed's Gullet is obviously amazing on Keeper. It lets you get more than 2 HP containers. I don't think I want it as this character, because I feel like it gives me less control over how much HP I have. Like, I would like to stay in just polar invincibility constantly, except we're not going to get the polar on this run, so probably doesn't matter. Also, nothing matters on this run because I'm just unlocking the tainted character. There's no hard boss to beat. I could literally just like Alt F4 as soon as we unlock the tainted character and end the run. Which I may do just to save time. But I could. Vert pill. What was the last pill I took? Don't remember. Probably decent. I'll take it. By that time it's 7 p.m., which is when I've been sitting down for my naps lately, which is not the smartest play, because I nap for about 2 hours and I wake up, it's 9, and then it's like, well, you probably should already just be getting ready for bed. Eden's Blessing is amazing. Hopefully future Josh, because I'm not going to record 2 epis today in all likelihood. Hopefully future Josh remembers that he has that and we try something difficult on the next run. We could do Tainted Jacob again. That's pretty difficult. But also I feel like that's such a guaranteed loss until I figure out how to deal with that character a little bit better that maybe that actually doesn't make any sense to do. Trying to figure out if I want to go to the shop. I don't think so. I think I'm content just doing the boss fight. Kane's Eye doesn't matter too much. That's unfortunate. But yeah, let's pretend I don't nap. Even then, 7 p.m. rolls around. I'm waking up every day at 7:30, so if you want your CDC recommended 8 hours of sleep, you're trying to go to bed by like 11:30 just to be prepared for it. We will take Guppy's head here. I'm tempted to play you as well, but I'll be honest, a little too rich for my blood. See you later. Don't know why I took Guppy's head. The chances of us becoming... This run doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that I find the Fool card on this floor, but other than that, this run does not matter. The run is a foregone conclusion. Unlocking the tainted character is very simple. It's the actual defeating of Dogma / the Beast that's tough, but we don't even have to worry about that. Because we're fine. The Tick, I mean, it's fine. 360 analog tears. It's like the world's tiniest tears up. We'll take it. You know what I'm saying, though? You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? This is just an assortment of the world's worst curse room items. We probably could have become Guppy by now if we would have just gotten an even slightly average assortment of curse room items. Instead, I've gotten Curse of the Tower, Cursed Eye, and Bob's Curse. It's good this run doesn't need to succeed because it's not very good. I mean, our tier stats kind of popping a little bit. Tier stats pretty good, but the rest of the run's not very good. No, that's scary. I don't know what that does, but I don't like it. But yeah, if you're trying to get to bed by 11 and you're not taking a nap like I am, we got like 3.5 hours to live your life Monday through Friday. Yucky. Can I retire yet? Is it possible? Is it... Anybody out there think it's retirement time yet? Kind of feeling like it might be. But yeah, so that makes the naps feel like they're extra, cutting into the very little time that I do have, which I don't like very much. But I go through these weird little phases where I'm just like extra tired for brief periods of time, and I'm in one right now. And as much as I love the naps, I will be excited for this phase to end because it'll feel like I can do at least a little bit more. An extra 2 hours a night to do stuff, that's like 2 Isaac epis that I could potentially be recording instead. Okay, I would like to go to the shop and spend some money because I don't like having this red heart container. The red heart container, in my opinion, unnecessary. It can go away. So we're gonna look for the shop very quickly. Purple heart, also not what I'm looking for. There's the shop. I guess I could just trade the red heart container away, and basically we're like trading 25 cents for a deal with the devil, which is actually a pretty decent trade. But if I could also just trade it away here in the shop, that would probably be a little bit easier. Also, we just did the whole floor. And I don't remember seeing That's a weird spot for a second secret room. Never would have found it. I don't remember seeing the tinted skull. Allow me to quickly scan through the rooms again when I'm not talking 10,000 words a second. I must have missed it somewhere, clearly. No. No! I didn't even see it because Isaac's big head, but I have the tick now. Again, it doesn't matter. The run is a win. So it does not matter in the slightest. Not here. There it is. It was blending in with his brothers. Okay, there's our fool card. Let's go beat the mom fight. We can actually steal an item from boss rush. This run is going so quickly. And then we will head down to the alt floor. Thankfully, we are so lucky. We dropped a trinket earlier because the tick just made it so that we can't drop this trinket. So if I hadn't dropped one already, we would have just lost. I guess we could have just used Mom's box in a particular room, but it's nice to not have to. I'll take Bozo, and then we will yeet out of here, and then we will continue on with our day. Alright, let's go unlock Tainted Cane. But yeah, does anybody else go through weird 2-week nap spurts where, like, a nap is the play? And if so, do you know why? Is there, like, a scientific reason? And if so, can I stop? I did just recently start taking some new medicine. It's possible that's having some sort of effect on it, on my overall tiredness. And if it is, I'd like for it to stop, please. But I am genuinely interested. If you have any insight, I'd appreciate it quite a bit. This run's going pretty well. I was worried, like the other issues when I take these naps, my brain... Maybe it's like my brain feels fried when I take a nap. I feel like I've woken up in a different century, like Captain America. But maybe it's a certain degree of brain friedness that actually helps the commentary flow out a little bit. Like when I'm not thinking about it nearly as much, it just kind of spills out of the mouth like molasses. It's weird that we didn't know what that power pill was. I'm pretty sure we have discovered the power pill before. I'm surprised that we didn't know what that power pill was. Pretty sure we should have known what that power pill was. It's okay, though. I don't know why I'm looking for a better trinket. At this point, the only trinket that could save us is Matchstick. At this point, Matchstick is the only trinket that can save us. Because we need to get the tick off. Not that it matters, again. It would only matter if we thought there was a chance we lose the run, and I don't personally believe there is a chance that we lose this run. I think we got it. I think we got it pretty much locked up. That hurt really badly. As long as I don't start giving away HP in a stupid manner. Then we definitely got this bad boy locked up. Okay, great stuff. Thank you. A battery charge. What in the world is that? It looks cool. Can't pick it up. Very fun. I'll take this guy. Probably shouldn't have. Like, there's a chance that could have just, like, ended the run. Thankfully, it did not. Thankfully, it did not. Are we, like... I can't tell if we're, like... Like, statistically, I don't think we're that strong, but I feel kind of strong. I don't know if it's, like, my familiars are just carrying me to victory. But I feel surprisingly strong for, like, just the amount of HP and stuff that we're rocking. Is it just because I'm, like... Is it just because I'm, like, letting the game, like, the muscle memory kind of take over and not worrying too much about the game itself? I have no idea. Feels like the game's just kind of happening and I like it. I'm not really having to, like, try too hard and got so far. That doesn't work at all. Sorry, Linkin Park. That was atrocious. Speaking of muscle memory, I did just realize. Let's pop this in here. I did just realize. I was looking at Isaac this morning. We officially have crossed. Well, I say we, but I mean your boy. Your boy. I'm a little scared suddenly of our HP situation. Your boy has officially crossed 1,000 hours. There's still another black card back there? Oh, baby. Your boy has officially crossed 1,000 hours in the Binding of Isaac. We're at 1,001.5 hours. I didn't even notice that it crossed over. I've been playing, I'm not gonna lie, on my second account a lot in my spare time. Which is stupid. I should instead just play on this account and record it, because instead I'm playing like probably on average like one Isaac run a night, and not recording it. I'm just like trying to catch up on the second account, and I'm realizing that with the time I'm putting into the second account, I could probably just finish the first account and it would be a much better use of time, and I wouldn't, like, I'm recording this the day before this episode needs to go live. I could probably just have like a massive backlog, or maybe even have like a go back to a daily series. I don't know. I will say there is something nice to be said about sometimes you just want to like play a game, and I ran into this with Twitch a little bit. I found is I was talking to one of my friends about this the other day, but like when you're like streaming all the time, I for sure reached a point where anytime I got a new game, I was like, oh, I gotta save this for Twitch. Like, I can't play this game. I gotta save my live reactions for Twitch. And the problem is, the game list continued to grow and grow and grow and grow faster than I could possibly stream any of these games. So I ended up with a bunch of games that just sat on my shelf for like months at a time. For example, I bought Luigi's Mansion 3 when it first came out in, was that Halloween of 2019? I want to say 2019 or so. But when I first bought it, I was like, well, I can't stream it yet because, you know, I got a lot of people in the community that said they're probably going to get the game and they don't want spoilers, so they can't watch it. So I was like, well, you know, I don't want to spoil it for them, and I also, I would like for everybody to be able to, watch a game that they're going to have a good time with, and if they feel like they're going to be spoiled, they're not going to have a good time with it. So we'll postpone it for a little bit until spoilers are gone, but then you hold on to it for so long that it's no longer relevant, and you're like, is it even worth playing this game anymore? Because now it's old, but I still haven't played it in my personal time, because I'm like, if I ever decide to play it, I want to get those live reactions, And I think what I've learned over time, 2 crystal balls, 1 run, I think what I've learned over time is just, sometimes, even if you're a content creator, aspiring content creator, Twitch streamer, whatever, sometimes it's nice to just play stuff in your spare time without worrying about doing commentary and entertaining and doing stuff like that. Sometimes you just want to do some mindless gaming. And I've been doing that a lot with Isaac in my spare time, which again, it feels like I'm torn because it feels like a wasted opportunity. I feel like I should be double dipping and getting some eppies out of the content as well, but it's also been just like a lot of fun, just like playing in my spare time as well and practicing a little bit. But I don't know, that's probably how we crossed 1,000 hours, because we've been doing so much. I've been doing so much in my spare time with the second save file. It's got me excited, it's got me excited to do more with this save file for sure. I've been doing greedier mode a lot on the other one, which is like, has been surprisingly fun. I usually hate greedier mode, but it's been like surprisingly a good time on the other account, so I'm maybe excited to do some more greedier mode runs over here, except for greedier Jacob and Esau. Obviously we had a really bad time doing that on this save file, so I was like, I'm gonna practice on the second save file so that we can switch over to this one and then just crank it out. I think I attempted it for like 3 hours the other night and couldn't win, so it's actually just impossible. So that one's not very fun, but the rest of the greedier modes have been pretty dang fun, so I'm actually excited to maybe do that. What character did I do that was so good? Oh, I did Tainted I did Tainted Isaac. And he ended up being really good with the... Even though he can only hold 8 items, just having the flashing items, like the ability to flash between 2 items, essentially made shops like doubly good. Every time I rerolled all the stuff, instead of getting 3 new items, I really got 6 new items, so... Was able to build a pretty tremendous run. Oh my gosh. This run is so good. This run is so unbelievably good, which is just kind of funny because we're like not even trying because we have no goal whatsoever except to unlock this bad boy right here who's looking like Nick Fury in Captain Marvel. Cantripped challenge has been unlocked. Okay. Look, I mean, we've already beat this boss fight, but there's no reason not to try again. So I guess we'll go ahead and do this to wind down the run. Just to say that we ended with a Dublinsky. Can be a pretty good time in and of itself. Good stuff. Careful with the dodges here. Careful with the dodges. Oh, that was Bozo. A big thank you to the Tick, who is actually starting this guy off. I don't know if it's because we have Mom's Box that these enemies are starting off with even less HP than they would otherwise have, but feeling rather strong. Not feeling as strong when our little Meat Boy buddy can't get in there and start chomping this guy up. There we go. Now he's doing... I figured that was coming. Now he's doing a little bit of chomping. Love to see a little bit of chomping. Alright, good stuff. I don't know why I'm stressed about this. Again, if we die, we die. Who cares? But yeah, all I'm saying is it's been nice to play a little bit in the spare time as well. I also, like, have been thinking, and I gotta figure out, you know, what's the long-term, of this series look like. Obviously, I would like to unlock everything. Like, I would like to 100% the save file. But I'll be honest, I've also been, like, I love Isaac. Don't get me wrong. And, I'm not getting tired of the game or recording it whatsoever. But it does feel like... Poor little Meat Boy, by the way, just taking a little swim in the lavas. Sometimes I am, like, I miss a little bit of variety on the channel. I think it could be fun to record a little bit of variety. I know that usually, like, what I did before is, like, Twitch was where I did more of the variety, and then YouTube was a little bit more, I mean, pretty much just, like, the Isaac dailies or the Spelunky dailies, but now that Twitch is... I mean, we've streamed for, like, 3 straight weeks, so maybe it's coming back a little bit, but it's definitely still... What the heck was even that? I would definitely describe it as still being mostly in its infancy. Compared to where it used to be, for sure. That's unfortunate. That's okay. Little Bulb's bladder. Maybe as that comes back, I'll feel like I'm getting more variety done. It doesn't help that, again, in my spare time, the only 2 games I've played... That's not true. I did play some PGA... We're choking this one, by the way. I did play some PGA Tour for a little bit. I got Mario Golf as well. Another example of a game that I bought but haven't played because I can't decide if I should save it for stream or not. Probably not. You piece. Again, by the time I decide, all of the hype around the game is probably already gone, to be honest with you, but it definitely will be gone by the time I decide. This feels like it's going pretty bad. If I have to just be honest with myself. If I have to just be honest with myself, it's going pretty bad, but then I also have to remind myself that it don't matter at all. I also have to remind myself that it don't matter at all. We've already unlocked everything. This is just for bragging rights. But I'm still mostly just playing Genshin like every single day in my spare time. Genshin and a little bit of Isaac is a majority of the free time. I got into a little bit of a PGA Tour kick the other day. Ooh, I just recently finished a Hollow Knight playthrough. Just from, not completely beginning. I started it a couple of months ago. And made it probably like 30% of the way through the game. So like not super far. I think I had just beaten Watcher Knights. And then like a week ago, maybe like a week and a half, I re-picked it up. And then I finished the next 70% of the game, and I had 112% of the game in the course of like 3 days. Your boy hyperfixates on stuff. If it's not completely obvious between the Bo Burnham talk or just the general like content spurts on the channel in general, your boy's got some serious issues with hyperfixation. Should probably address them at some point, or maybe not. I do it with foods as well. Right now, I'm mega hyperfixating, and I blame Maria. She bought them for the first time, and now I forgot how good they were, and I'm addicted. But the freaking drumsticks, the like ice cream cones with the fudge center and the chopped peanuts all over the outside. Bro, I've been eating like 2 a day for like the last week. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider showing some support down below. Liking, commenting, subscribing helps out a great deal. Share with your grandmother as always. We unlocked Tainted Cain. He has no destiny, and he has a bag of crafting, whatever in the world that means. We'll check him out next time and see what he's all about. Or maybe we'll check out the challenges we unlocked. We have 2 new challenges. We have Cantripped and Red Redemption. I think we'll probably just check out Tainted Cain next time. Thanks for watching. Share with your grandmother. See you guys next time.